What is this? Okay, good. It looks like I just milked nothing. I should probably not do that in town. Just like jack off in the town square. Hey, how's it going? Whoa, whoa! What the fuck is this? Got him! I've just been drifting around, being led by circumstances. No, that's not right. In Ave, you helped Bart when he needed it. I can't keep a fucking straight face, this awful writing. Drifting, kind of like me. Holy shit. Oh no! Oh, we're not quite dead yet. Don't worry though, I have a telescope equipped. The sprite tells me it's a lady, but the face tells me it's a man. Do that Dr. Girlfriend voice. Yesterday my stove caught on fire. I thought the whole house was gonna burn down. You there, ugly kid. Every kid is ugly. What? These aren't special in any way. There goes the potion! Oh! It's a perfect fit. Oh! Ooh! Well, that's gonna be a problem. 24 people have died. We might not finish the campaign now. Oops. I never equipped the chainsaw. I never equipped the chainsaw! Oh my god. I didn't stab that man with a chainsaw. I just made chainsaw noises as I hit him with an axe. Holy fuck, I'm an idiot. Oh, he'll have the key for sure. Police! Nobody move! Like I kicked his knee bone or something.
Are you blind? What in God's... I mean, better luck next time.
Armor broken, what the fuck? Just kicked that boar and my clothes exploded. Arcanum. Damn it. Stop. You totally fucked it up. Well, you fucked me, dog. We're not getting in now. You blew it, old man. Holy shit, you blew it. Wow, and it's just his face. Oh. No. I can't take you seriously when your planet's called Choco. Welcome to Choco, keep your nose clean. Is your planet named after candy? Spell shit in hindsight. That went pretty good. The hell is this? It says the sacrifice of fire is the gate to ruin. Place torch if you crave the void. Okay.
Terrors may indeed stalk these shadows, but yonder, a glint of gold.
I fucked that up. A whole bunch. Hey there, welcome back to Stinkenheim, which is still not ready. There's some more road work to be laid.
I hope I did it correctly. Let's actually check right now. I believe I installed the mod that makes it so we don't have to place power lines, which would be great for this zoning in haphazardly. And for decoration, though, we'll still run some power lines along the highway, but we produce 420. We produce 426, and we only need 213 right now. District and set building style. We're a little ways off from that, Justin, but. So the old Stinkenheim. Set a nice style up here. And then, yeah, that's Harbor District. No, I mean, I really would. Crescent Heights, cool name, but no. This one, Old Stinkenheim. I'm gonna call this one the Harbor District, not the Old Harbor District. But yeah, we have no industrial capacity, really. We have nowhere to put our garbage. Which, by the way, speaking of garbage, not actually, but as far as services go, we do need some postal service. And then we probably have the main sorting facility over in New Stenchburg, but we should probably have a post office in Old Stinkenheim. We have one just outside Delta in Riverside. And then we actually don't have postal service in Rockfield, really. We should give them postal service, because I think they can treat it as cargo and export it from the train station here, but also, as you can see, like, most of Wood Grove has no mail service. That'll also stop the postal guys from Riverside from going all the way out here, so we need some postal coverage. That would be in the industrial sector of Rockfield, just kind of on the edge of town. Doesn't quite make everybody happy, though. I think for maximum happiness, it has to be inside the city. What is this? Looks like something got demolished here. And I would very much like that to be a post office. It's a very, very small town post office, but they can access this road here. And I forgot to see where the smiley faces go, but that should give very central mail coverage. Unfortunately, it means that they have to go... actually, this is the main road, so that's not too bad at all, actually. They turn onto Daffodil, and they would cut down Murray and get over to Wood Grove. We could even do something like... have a very narrow street that's just for service vehicles. And that might come back to haunt me, but I want to do that. So let's get a very nice alley of sorts. It's a 2-lane alley just for service vehicles. This is just for service vehicles. So ambulances, the postal service, policemen. And if it was a bad idea, we can just delete it, because it's not really interfering with the network otherwise. Ban all vehicles, and then we just allow SOS. Actually, I don't think the postman is allowed to use that. Right, SOS, okay. I think the postman might be considered a cargo van. So that road actually probably won't do anything. I changed my mind. Fuck it. An anarchy on, but So we want some postal coverage in Old Stinkenheim, and then we'll want a postal sorting facility in New Stenchburg, which is kind of close to the highway, but not on the highway. Because then the postal trucks will just clog up the roundabout.
Your home for the best work.
This would be really nice, but this is a very large, and it's also a sorting facility, not a small town post office. I removed the zoning here, so I can't place it. Looks rather sharp, but... that would put a lot of traffic right by the roundabout. So let's just go with a little baby post office. I wish I had more fanciful service buildings, but I don't. That'll get... man, it is... Old Stinkenheim's just big enough that I can't cover it with one building, which I guess makes sense. I'm going to say that this guy... no, this guy actually can't get out to the super block. Also, Puyallup Glade has terrible postal service for some reason. It's just happiness, but I think it's rather powerful happiness, so... well, it can be along the train tracks here. And the tram line there, so there's some postal service in Old Stinkenheim. And let's start zoning, and then that'll hopefully get me an idea of what to do in Stenchburg and Hamburger Heights. So, commercial on these main roads. Gotta be a little careful, though. Something like just that. Because we do want density, but also we don't want people really getting clogged up right next to the highway here. So that is probably good, and then start to really kick it up over here. But the roundabout's sort of all open. This would probably be like some nature stuff, maybe paths to get around. Actually, yeah, we'll probably put a path right here to the roundabout. Hopefully that works out. And then this is all collector, we can go for it here. And then we'll just see what forms, and we'll try to use the Move It tool. We'll also probably use the Find It tool to place some nicer looking buildings, depending on how it looks. And we'll just try to make it look rather sharp. Commercial demand is not going to be a problem. It's going to be a matter of traffic flow. Yeah, this is a very major redevelopment. I hope it works out. Because we've spent a lot of time on this. This is fucking messy. That would be a pedestrian path, I guess. We're not going to really be able to leverage this. It's too narrow here and too narrow here. This would be like low density. Some offices. Valerio's not as important of a merchant road as it was last time, just because of the zoning. The locals are maybe a little too close, you could say. I really want something here, so we'll make it an office. It's actually very light, which is I mean, it doesn't need to be dense, because again, this isn't a shortcut. This is just a small, like, shopping road. That side. Little autosave there. Get a little concerned with these hitches, but it's better to have the hitch and autosave every 5 minutes than lose the entire day, because I only save at the end of the stream, so it's good that we do that. This is not really anything we can benefit with, so that is already a decent amount of commercial. Well, not really. We are replacing like a 20,000 person city with all this, so. And actually, a lot of these collectors aren't going to have, like, this can't have commercial density, obviously. There's the embankment for the train tracks. There's a little here, but actually we probably won't zone this. This little chunk here is going to be a write-off because of the hill. Can I jam a unique in here, maybe? Like a hyper mall? Or we have no parks, so the people here are going to be pretty miserable. Because parks are also fucking gigantic. But that will help us fill out things like, well, we got to remember about tourists, so a little playground next to the hospital there, which gets this. So the super block needs something parkish. The super block might benefit from the botanical garden, except for the fact that it's way too fucking big. Oh, nope, there we go. It can actually be right here, because this would be like a nature area along that roundabout, we could say. Right? Botanical Garden's actually fucking massive, so it gets us a good chunk of Puyallup and a good chunk of that. And it should really make people happy at the super block. And it also gives something at the super block. Something to do. What parks do we have available? Tropical Garden? No. A dog park is a decent size. Would a dog park go in the Harbor District? Maybe. Or maybe just a plaza or... Yeah, well, a dog park for sure is going to go somewhere. I'm going to say over here. At the train tracks, maybe? Because it'd be a weird sort of development that they would just allot. It's like, we can't fit anything here. Let's just make it a dog park. Actually, this would be wonderful if I could place it here, because you would just like go down the nature path with your dog. But we can do it like this, and then we just won't ever address the fact that dogs might get away and run into the fucking train tracks. And they might get scared by the tram. This is a terrible idea. Park with trees. Don't we have a large park? I don't want to build a park, which is maybe weird because we had Federal Square. We didn't account for Federal Square in Stinkenheim. Oh my god. Probably here. And that does put us at the roundabout, and it's by this collector, so this might be the new Federal Square. Holy shit, I forgot about Federal Square. But this is the good thing about planning it out these wacky roads, is we can redesign the roads to accommodate our desires. So the government office, the shopping center, the city hall we need to place, which is not terrible, but I want residences here, but apparently that's not going to be in the cards. What do we got here? A temple complex for praying and taking up space. Friendly neighborhood park. Can we put that here? Yes. It might. I predict some terrain fuckery. Ooh, it followed the terrain. Love it. Fountain of Life and Death, which is required for the fusion power plant, which would in theory deal with our power problems later. And then we've got Port de France, the Troyes Market Hall. That would probably go in the historic Harbor District. What is this anyways? Traditional 19th century glass and iron market hall from Troyes, France. So it's a real thing. Can I put you right here? I think that's actually a great spot for it, because you would come from this path that sort of guides you towards the hub. There is unfortunately some very serious terrain fuckery, so not actually. Yeah, we got a real problem with stuff clipping again. We already flattened the super block area. I don't really want to flatten any other districts. But I think we'll have a hard time getting the nice constructions otherwise. I mean, I like the market hall being by the train. But then that offloads all the traffic to where the trucks are. So we'll put it on this street. Bonjour. Alright, so there's a little unique building there, which is just going to generate tourist traffic, unfortunately. So we really, this tourist bus station really needs to pull its fucking weight. And then we could do the lungs of the city, but these are all massive trees. Like, look at the size of these fucking things. You can't till I place it. This would be in Federal Square. Look at this. They're just too tall, is my problem with it. I think it's a prerequisite for something, too. It's a prerequisite for... Nope, nothing. Perfect. Funeral hall. Traditional shop. Fits on the inside of curves. Love to see it. Holy shit. Apparently a lot of these Paris buildings are considered unique for some reason. Or maybe that's just where they were placed. Okay. The Science Center, which doesn't really fit in the main city. The Arc de Triomphe. Maybe we'll place this if this city's actually a success. Got a lot of wacky shit in here. What do we got here? French Flat. A medium football stadium. That looks like European football. Hello? I just need some room to place it. See what it looks like. Oh yeah, that's European football. Nice. The downside is, well, these are just pictures placed on a flat surface for starters, but we won't get into that. I won't judge the person who made this. The stadiums work differently in the university DLC, and they work well, so we want to place them. Palace, which counts as an opera house. Ooh. Do you fit in Southpaw Circle? You kinda do. Temple de l'Amour. Temple of Love. Nah, probably not. We got some weeb shit. Oh, these look real. The Electric Car Factory. Nanotechnology Center. The Research Center, which costs $1,012.80. I'm not sure if these actually benefit my city other than just the tourism. It looks like it's coming from the DLC, but I can't tell which. High-tech buildings, content creator pack. Okay, so they just look fancy. I think they don't do anything. I do like the television station, because it would be nice for Stinkenheim to have its own TV station. Feel it's big enough?
Exquisite selection of beautiful music. I think we have a moment.
But let's try to get a little better park service. We got distracted there for a moment.
Here's one. Will you ever play any music?
Plaza with trees would probably benefit this area.
Well, listener, I don't think so. You see, I find it's much more pleasing to listen to the sound that the drum produces when struck, rather than the manufacturing process or the equipment.
I mostly like this, where it's near the ditch, because it's like I don't want a lot of open space. Well, we could put open space near the ditch. I think I touched on this last time, but having trouble really filling in every tile. A plaza in the Harbor District makes sense because it would have public spaces, but not necessarily parks. Finding room for them is the tricky part. Not perfect, but it's in there. So they've got some happiness. Basketball court's kind of small. That would get us some nice happiness. Problem with these angled collectors is we can't really shimmy anything in. There we go. So there's some happiness there, and then these people in the park still. Give them a playground. Yeah, well, right on that. Okay. So there's that, and then pretty much over here in this area needs a public space. They could have a dog park. Did I ever place that dog park? I never placed that dog park, so this would give them some dog park right next to the tram line. Perfect for getting run over. Well, I mean, the tram's not going that fast. Ooh, it's a nice hill, too, for the dogs. That's good. Get some exercise. All right, so we've got some green space. We have postal coverage. There's a hospital. We have police and fire coverage. We can go back to zoning. I think this would be light because it's so tiny. And then we have some high. And then this would be offices. Probably light as well, because I want it to be right up against the train tracks, but not too dense. Something here might be nice. Did I mean to make that all low? Yeah, because well, not this actually. I want some density here, so good eye, but I do want a fair bit of low density. In case things get overloaded. Keep that low. And then this would just be open. We didn't really get to leverage this part, but again, you're allowed to have some shitty land near the train tracks. Nothing wrong with a little low density though. And then I would love some apartment buildings on these collectors, but I think apartment buildings do not really fucking tolerate too much noise. And then it's actually a hell of a walk, so this will be a pedestrian pathway if you're if you get off the tram line and you want to get over there or something. Oh no, you don't. It's not where I meant to be. Some office space. A little more, and then yeah, just try to keep it a little low near the intersection so it's not getting flooded with traffic. Because a low-density commercial business should have a lot less traffic of deliveries and customers. And it might just look good that it sort of like goes to a lower density when we hit the side roads or just major intersections. Like it's nice to see the giant buildings corner to corner in the intersections, but maybe not in a major road. Maybe that's a real pain in the tit to navigate. Okay, and then this can be high as well. I was going to put an office there, but we can just make it commercial, because, I mean, if you're looking for an industrial job, I want to make it so you can kind of get there from wherever you live. We can even, because the only thing that happens at an office is the workers go there, nothing else. So we can even have some offices hiding in the industrial, or sorry, in the residential near the apartments. So if you have like some apartments coming off this, you can hide an office in there as well, if you'd like. Well, if I'd like, it's my fucking city. Because we have something like 1,000 people that want to go to university, so that might be bad. This doesn't get developed for members, so because of the hill, Big old office building there. Am I going to rip up the pipes today, though, you might be asking yourself? And the answer is probably not. We'll probably put that off until we do like a landscaping stream. I don't want to get too carried away, although I've been carried away incredibly by Old Stinkenheim, but I don't want to get too carried away in case this design falls apart on its fucking face. The main problem with this, I think somebody popped in yesterday and said it doesn't look like a real city, and they're not wrong, because with this sort of wall-to-wall European constructions, everything's going to be high density. It's not really going to have a chance to taper down to like low-density suburbia. There's like a little shopping annex there. And then, yeah, nothing's allowed on this road at all. And then Harbor Way would be maybe some leisure stuff. I don't think I really have a lot of leisure, and I'm not I think I can place leisure buildings in a non-leisure district. Then we don't have to worry about the noise and shit. Oh, look at this topography. This is gonna be messy. And then I can't really do anything here, so we're going to have a pedestrian path go over and then also snake in here, so. Yeah, it's going to be really fucking messy. This will be some low density shit. We can get to the road from here, so that's fine. Couple offices. I gotta be careful. I guess we don't want too much office, because then we won't be producing things and we'll have to import a lot, which means more truck traffic, but I do like the offices. I was like, what's building here? And it's just a fence around the tennis court. Okay. And then, yeah, this is going to be really fucking fugly as well because of the terrain. And then for that reason, well, this tennis court makes no fucking sense. This divot isn't really... Actually, I could probably just level this out. Looking at the terrain... Oh yeah, we could just back it up a bit. Just a little bit. And then, yeah, we won't build anything here because it's clearly a fucking hill. Oh, Jesus, this is clearly a hill too. A little harder to regain it, though, from the fucking train. I think I leveled it wrong. Oh well. Get this back. Get some businesses in here. And then that's an interesting sort of bluff. Well, it's more of a hill, I think. I think a bluff's quite steep. Some businesses in here. I don't want too many offices. I fucking slam another one down like a bozo. Alright, then yeah, this is way too steep. This is okay. You can have some like low stuff here. Because otherwise, like this part of Harbor Way just doesn't really do anything. This is just a hill. And then this is... oof. This part's okay, but then this part gets fucked, so no. This is just a throughway, I guess. That's okay. Because most of the city's high density, we're gonna be allowed to not have every fucking tile zoned, I think. So that road's done. Valerio's good to go. So I think all our collectors, except for this one, Harbor Way, but we can't really zone Harbor Way because we need roads to get into the actual harbor, so we'll worry about Harbor Way another harbor day. The entire harbor district itself, I want to mull that over, so. And then now for our incredibly unreasonable high-density housing everywhere. Hopefully it doesn't generate too much traffic. it shouldn't, because they're not doing anything. Like, the only reason to come on these roads is to go home. It's a big open chunk here I wish we could take advantage of, but... little office park of sorts here, since it's by the old train tracks. Maybe some repurposed industrial land. This is a lot of dense stuff. I also see a lot of tiles aren't going to be taken advantage of with our building themes. I mean, these are train tracks. This definitely can't be where people live. A little bit of office work. It's a little too much not local traffic in there, so that might be trouble. That might be a danger spot. And then we're coming off Valerio here. Valerio's actually a little light on businesses, so maybe this is also some business. It's a busy intersection, just an office there. But maybe the dog park has some shops next to it. Let's not get too carried away though, right? Did I say I was going to put a path here? No, we just don't know what to do with it. Why did I say no low density residential? Just, we don't really have any good low-density residential buildings. That's not true, actually. That's not true, Justin. If we use this, if we use Find It, we can find some nice low-density. We can get things like this. Get some row houses. I think you're right, Justin. We'll just have to do some manual plops. Semi-detached Cornish house, 2x2. That's actually really nice. That might be nice for Mustard Meadow. But I like this. Rockfield's an example of why I don't like low density right now with this theme, because it's like this looks nice, and then like right across the street. Actually, this doesn't look too bad at all, but sometimes it does. Like when you get these. We might revisit it if it looks too unrealistic, Justin. We might revisit it and slap in some low. But the hope is with this road hierarchy, we can, the roads can handle all this high density because it's just the housing back here. But maybe not. Maybe the roads themselves are fine, but it's these intersections are a real troublemaker. And I see turning that shouldn't be allowed there. That we'll visit it when it becomes a disaster. I think it's when we upgraded it to a tram. The turn orders changed. So this is all zoned up. Now we're back here. This is police station shit. So we can make this right by the hospital too. This might be a terrible idea, but just because it's facing the train tracks, this is going to be all commercial. This will be housing though. This won't though. This is definitely an office. too much commercial will be trouble, so I dialed a bunch of it back into offices, and then some more office here, and then some residential. So if you're an office worker, you can live pretty close to your job, which I'm sure people like. Well, I mean, I'm within walking distance of my office, and I fucking love it.
Recordists and flout the flautists.
The life of a drone. And with our building themes, a lot of these won't be 4x4s. It might just be 2x2s or 2x3s. But we might get some deep lots. This can be an office. Just hide those jobs inside. So this is Federal Square, which makes even more sense why it would be offices and shit. So yeah, Federal Square, also along here, and that would get you into here. I don't know how I feel about it being a road, but this and then this, or this to this. God damn it. Elevated? Control left arrow? God damn it. It's not actually a square, but that's where City Hall is. Right kind of in the smack dab of Old Thinking. How about the train tracks too, which I think fits. But we lose this little chunk of office, which is fine, because this is going to be a park space. And as a park space, I think that'll unfortunately soak up some tourism, which is kind of right by the collectors, which might be bad. But now these offices and low-density commercial make sense. And we're actually going to make the park extend across the road up against the roundabout. So nothing here either. But we'll leverage this to make the park more lovable. Now it also makes kind of sense why the police station, the hospital are so close. It's a service powerhouse. Main concern is going to be tourist traffic, but we can also have a subway station right near there, so they just sort of diffuse out on foot rather than walk around like fucking yokels. Well, not walk around, they'll be driving around. Thank God everyone in the city knows how roundabouts work, as long as you set them up properly. Hide an office building there. Just a little shop. Maybe a little Domino's pizza. There's our tram line. Maybe an office. Should be a little bit of office park there, maybe. For that one stretch of, yeah, because we're getting close to the collector too, so I like it. But Justin might be onto something with the low density, because there's some nice row houses. Especially near the train tracks. I feel the train tracks would have the row houses over there, because that'd be like the not as nice part of town. Maybe not on purpose, maybe just they can't really get the land value up because nobody wants to live near the train tracks. What are office? Because an office can be anything, right? It could be like a dentist or a little accountant. No one's going to live near here, so this would be an office park for sure. Some light industry backing on it would be wonderful, but all industry makes a fucking mess and pisses people off. It's way too dense, so we can't really sneak any industry and they'll all get mad at us. I gotta be careful though, I'm turning a local into a pseudo-collector with the City Hall district we have here. It's mostly office, but there is some light commercial. That could be soaking people up in ways I don't want. And yeah, I think if this works, we might come back with Find It and swap out some of these for row houses. Give it a nice, like, trashy part of town look. Could be tricky because it's right near City Hall. But this could be like an attempt at gentrifying near the train tracks. The land was probably cheap, so that's probably why they put in the new police station and the hospital. Buy that land up easy. No one else was going to use it. Yeah, you don't want to go right up against the train tracks. I see what my plan was here. I see what 5 minutes ago me was thinking. And then, as time goes on, I'll just get lazy with my zoning. This is definitely all office. High school's taking up an entire block because of the way we positioned it. That's fine. Gonna fucking live in those. And then this could be a nice big one. That can go right up against the tree, then we can just move it. So there's that. Area's good to go. Probably will build the City Hall Park before we unpause it. I will zone it though. Cooper Garden. Why do you call it a square when it's not? Arrest that man. Arrest that man right now. How stinky is Stinkenheim? It's actually not stinky at all. Stinkenheim's name comes from its origins as a fishing village with stinky fish. But we don't actually have any fishing harbors presently. But that is the draw of the historic harbor waterfront, is that the old industrial sector and the fishing harbors, which really fishing harbors are shaped weirdly, so we won't have that many, but I do want some fishing boats going in, along the river and have a fish market. We should actually make it a point to have room for a fish market somewhere, and I'm not sure if we can fit anywhere. Thanks for reminding me, though. The fish market is fucking gargantuan. The fish warehouse is not much better. The fish market takes in fresh fish, sells it to the people that come and visit. So I guess we would probably have to put it down here closer to the water because there's just no good land, and I don't want the hub smelling like salmon. I think this is a salmon river. We catch salmon here in Stinkenheim. So yeah, Federal Square helps us fill in this part of the roundabout. This is just going to be undeveloped, like the railway station Rockfield. Because I actually really like how that turned out. The dirt paint and then the low-lying grass and bushes. I think that's very charming for just, you know, a more natural wilderness and not manicured with like the sod and the fucking transplanted trees. This is by the highway. This also might be row houses. Zero fucking clue what we're gonna do here. Yeah, I think a neighborhood like this, we'll just zone it all, see where the chips land. Not all of it, It can't get that fucking close to the highway. God damn it, can't get that close to the highway. These guys are gonna hate their fucking life, which is exactly why we're gonna make this office space. Just like the movie Office Space, which did not take place in a European city near the highway, but if you use your imagination, it does. This honestly might just be undeveloped. I kind of regret Sunset Street. The sun is setting on that idea, let me fucking tell you. Who are we kidding? Who's going to move into these? Alright. Definitely a few nonsense lots, but that's the charm of a city, right? You don't want to overplan it, because then it's just, you're not building a city, you're just playing a plopping simulator. Later on we might play plopping simulator. So yeah, this is not developed, but we'll lose this. We also lose the park, don't we? Don't we lose the park? Yes. But then we gain some zoning here. Some very questionable zoning, frankly. Oh, I put that too close to the train tracks. Really don't want commercial on a local, but there's no way people are going to live near those train tracks.
Home of the flute.
So we can say this is like a little strip mall of sorts. That's way too hilly. Let's not fucking lie to ourselves with some of these terrain changes. Yep, that's not gonna happen. Ah, that's a little too hilly right there. I think the rest will grow kind of nice. This is okay. This can be on a hill like a little San Francisco kind of thing. Yeah, so the problem with the train station is traditional train station is for tourists. So what we have to do is we have to put an above ground metro station like in Rockfield, which we learned in Rockfield is fucking massive. So they are just going to have subway access out here. So it looks like there's not a lot of public transportation access, but we're going to add some subway stations and bus stops. That is a fairly steep hill. $17.7 degrees. Is that all? 7 degrees is much better. But then you pretty much don't get to build anything on this. You can't safely build on that. Are you fucking crazy? Well, actually, no, this might elevate. It might elevate to match the road. That might work. But this pretty much is a write-off. Yeah, subway is overpowered. I really like the look of that above ground metro station in Rockfield, and I wish that I was better at planning out railways, because I think it would be an interesting aspect to deal with the above ground metro lines everywhere, but just for that rural station we'll do it. And then we'll also have a rural one in Farthington. We'll figure out a way to put it somewhere. But for now, Farthington is... Actually, you know what? We probably won't run subway out to Farthington for now. Once the university takes off, I'll give them a subway station. For now, they'll have to drive. We can give them an express bus up to the campus. Once Farthington proves itself, we'll get them a subway connection. go, there you go. There you go, that's gonna look fucking dumb. Little shop here because it is by the school. Little bodega of some sort. Maybe grab a kebab on your lunch break. Actually, put some offices around the school. Just because it's an older building. Maybe this used to be office space and then it was bought. Well, actually, sorry, this wouldn't have been an office, but maybe this is someone's estate and it was bought and turned into a school. Maybe some more of Lord Farthington's legacy. Because remember your Stinkenheim lore. This whole area used to be owned by the Stinkenheim family of nobles. So the Farthingtons. The Stinkenheims, the Farthingtons own most of this land. This is definitely going to be a patchwork of buildings. I'll admit that right now to you. And we still can't unpause. We still need to do, probably not Hamburger Heights tonight, but they do need New Stenchburg because we need a place to hide our traffic. Or sorry, our garbage traffic. I want to put a waste transfer facility in the harbor, but we do need an actual processing complex in New Stenchburg. That's where all the trucks end up. We could even put one in Rockfield, but I feel Rockfield's doing just fine with their incinerator. Maybe not, though. Maybe Rockfield should have one, and they would haul it into New Stenchburg. Be a regional trash complex. And then you would have very high hopes for this shit, so let's not do that. Monday stream, it's a holiday in Canada Day. Some people died fighting Union Busters, and now I get this day off. How did I not zone this in? Or did I not zone that because of the terrain? Nope. Okay, this is all zoned. Okay. Yep. So then we've got the Harbor District we have to stew on, and then we've got the super block would be. It would have some commercial too, because this would be all commercial on the streets. Because it's meant to be walkable for the people to visit. But then this shit is residential. That would be a really shitty street to live on. Space there. Kind of close to the highway, but it's not really a highway, it's a collector that just is a highway because you're not supposed to walk on it. So you're almost leaving town, but it shouldn't be too noisy over there, so we can have an apartment building flush against it. This is fine, I like this. That's good. There's definitely some hyperdensity. I guess the problem is because it's so dense it won't develop. Because each building will hold so many people. So it's a good thing we have the wireless power mod. Yeah. It's a nice dense block there too. There's going to be a lot of density down here in the super block, so I really hope, I mean, the principle of it works, so I hope I just laid it out properly. This is a little hilly, we'll see how it goes. It's just a pedestrian walkway, so yeah, this would be houses. So there's that. Federal Square we need to make, which would get a little bit of tourism. I'm a little concerned that it might get us too much tourism over near the roundabout, which can handle traffic, but not a shitload. The Harbor District, we do need to hide some industrial uses in here. Let's get cracking. Just kind of sneak them in every here and there. Man, you really are not going to get anything placed on that fucking road, are you? Darn. Something Valerio Bridge. Definitely want stuff here along the train tracks. That'll take a lot of work with the Find It tool to get that looking like buildings we want, though. Light. It's tricky because we can't make too much high density because it's all local, but actually it's gonna have to be all low density. It's gonna have to be all low density commercial. We're gonna have to play our cards very carefully here because nobody lives in the Harbor District. I think we're really breaking some cardinal rules of hierarchy, but it wouldn't be the first time I showed you how stupid I was, so could be very interesting. Hopefully the hospital can placate their medical concerns because there's definitely going to be some pollution leaking over. And then some people can live, I suppose, in the Harbor District because it's probably a nice place to stay, you know, get a converted loft and that sort of thing, but yeah, probably in this area we can make it residential with some safety, and we can also just accept the fact that these people are not going to be too healthy, which isn't well, I mean, Statistically, they'll be a little upset, but other than that, it shouldn't be a huge fucking problem. Like right here, this guy's gonna be pissed. It's gonna have to be a very low, very low polluting factory right there. That guy's gonna be a huge fucking baby about this. Let's do this. And you know what? I feel this place might be too fucking dense. The Harbor District might become a disaster. Harbor District also needs a warehouse for its commercial goods, and I don't know if I have space for it. Because we also never verified that theory. I think sometime, I think it was Justin said, that it might be because we needed to flag it as balanced. Can't make it go right into the building because there are doors there, which is a shame. So I'm actually at a bit of a loss what to do with the Harbor District here. Because too much industry and too much commercial is going to cause some major traffic headaches, but I don't want to just gum it up with unique buildings because then we have tourism trouble. Making some very bad choices here, I think. But the Harbor District, I mean, I like the concept of it, but the actual implementation is up in the air, so we can just strip this whole place down to its bones if we need to. I like the wall. The wall and the train, pretty much everything else can go. If I'm mistaken about this place. Oh boy, yeah. The more I zone, the more I regret it. It's really because we have the factories. If we didn't have the factories, we could just make this all residential. But, I mean, there's not a lot. There's not a lot of industry when you zoom out like that. I think this will just noise pollution. I don't think this is really poison to the people that live around here.
Isn't there something about the flute that just makes you want to make a cup of tea, kick back, relax, and spend the better part of a decade learning?
This is all high density, which is really dumb of me, but it is right next to the train track, so hopefully they get their cargo from there. And hopefully the visitors come by tram.
Now, let's play another recording.
Let's try this. Let's try to unzone this alley, which makes that a lot nicer. And the alley is just for driving through, right? So that's fine. Some office space. A little low density. Is that a little low density? And then this is a fucking mess. This is just all landscape. Don't do anything there. Oh boy, this place is gonna be fucking jumping. This could be a traffic disaster considering the tram comes through here too. Okay, this is fine. That can be undeveloped. So then we just have this road going in, which we should probably leave empty because it's going to be a fucking mess otherwise. We can also expand Riverside, so it sort of bleeds into the Harbor District here. So we'll leave that up for grabs. Let my noodles stew on that one. So all that's really left is to design Federal Square, and then move over to New Stenchburg. But I think I've zoned a lot of fucking offices. That might be a decent amount of industrial work for the town. But we need to physically produce the goods, so industrial traffic is still a smart idea. So let's get back to City Hall and shit. City Hall, and then the government offices. We could use the tax office as well, but the tax office, I think, is what was sucking in so much traffic. Government offices just look nice, though. I mean, we could do this, just put them across the street from each other. And then, free up a little bit of space if we do this. Small main gate, because we don't want really people parking all over the place here. Okay, and then a side gate. Can I get a side gate down here? Yes. And then I want one over here. I want one over here, and I want one over here. A little hilly, but nothing to lose your mind over. I don't like that. Not a huge fan of that either. It's better, getting better at this move. I think I mention every time. Till I get confused by something. So there's a bit of path there, a bit of path there. You can cut through, we'll decorate it later. Just to get things underway. How's Federal Square? Tell me about Federal Square. Entertainment level until... I think it's because it's paused. Obviously, that would be nice if it was a level 5 park. Are we going to charge money to cut through it? We probably should, but we're going to not. That would really help our money. Because with the waste transfer facility and shit, which we haven't placed yet, by the way. Waste transfer costs $240, and then the processor costs $5,000, and that's a problem. But I think it completely replaces the incinerator and shit. Can I get the waste transfer? Ooh, almost. And actually, it's so almost. I actually want it to... Ooh, this is going to really piss these people off, but I think this is a perfect fit unless it forces the terrain up onto the track. So let's check. Well, don't drive into it, and you're fine. It's a dead-end street that has to share with the tram, but it is near a collector, so hopefully this can service most of the city. Could you just not be on the fucking hill, please? Wow, you really gotta get in there, huh? Well, I know a little trick for that. We put you this way. Problem solved. What the hell do I have here? Some very upset workers. That is kind of a fucking mess on Briar Rose, though, but I don't know if I can really squeeze it. Well, you know what? We got room to spare in the Harbor District because of how pissy people are going to be about the noise. But this is more traffic in Harbor. This might be a bad idea. Old Stinkin... Did I spell it wrong? Old Stickenheim? Son of a bitch. Problem solved. Where were you? You're here, you're causing trouble, and so yeah, I want you in the Harbor District. So if I put you here, that gets you onto the collector pretty quick, and then you got the round. This might be fine. This might be fine. That would be even better, but we learned that it clips onto the train tracks, dumb, so no. Then just, you're recovering from your surgery and you can see them shoveling shit across the street. Yum. Well, those people don't get to live there anymore. And neither do these ones. Again, not a lot of industry, mostly for flavor, but might be too mixed use. But that is the old city, mostly laid out. We've got a large public park. We've got some smaller parks. You got your hospital, fire coverage, police coverage. We can add some extra health coverage with pharmacies. We have no cemetery. We have no health. We have no death care. Crematoriums are tiny. We'll put one next to the hospital, which is grim, but I don't care. I never have to meet the taxpayers. You can actually slide it in right there. No, that's a terrible idea. You don't want a city service on a collector. Would I want the crematorium next to City Hall, though, and a park? You know what? Yes. Somebody's got to burn the fucking bodies. It's right next to the goddamn park entrance, no less. And an intersection, a major intersection, kind of. Oh boy. So that's in charge of burning every fucking body in the city. Probably not a good idea. But also this other one, while very powerful, very expensive. Burns 800 people. This can burn 100 people. You know, crematorium, $700. So while this is expensive, it's not too expensive, but it's too modern. I think it's too modern. So maybe a cemetery or two. Put one out here as well. Really totally fucks up whatever block we slammed into, though, huh? Go, that's a nice one. Because they'd have churches for their community. So we got a couple churches picking you up, and then if you're into the crispy, crunchy chicken, we got the crematorium for you. And then Hamburger Heights might have one, or Stenchburg might also have a crematorium. That would be cheap industrial land that the crematorium would buy. And then I imagine they would not have the funeral service at the Stenchburg crematorium. They would have the funeral home, and they would drag your body out there and torch it. Couldn't help but notice your crematorium's just a bunch of flaming oil drums. Yeah. You toss them in and then, you know, call it a day. How are we doing for water coverage? Well, this town doesn't have any water coverage, and because we have to redo our whole pipe shit anyways, let's just get really fucking messy with it. Gross. They have Anarchy on, so I'm not even sure if they're connecting, but it sounded like it was, so that's good. Definitely how pipes work. Boop. Right, there's that. Yeah. Looking good. So we just need to map out some Stenchberg, and then we can probably unpause this sucker.
The classics. Old music for
Well, we still
old
need to run that, Oh no. You saw a small bit covered for not water? Over here from the super block, yeah, because I was about to say that's the highway, we don't mind, but no, that's the super block. This pretty primo taxpayer is going to be living in there. Power good. Power's a disaster because it's paused right now, Justin. It's once we unpause, the power should hook up. Should look nice once it fills in. Except this. That's going to be pretty barren. But again, if it's part of like the subway construction site, it could be that sort of dirt landscaping. We needed Metro Depot though, because remember it used to be over here and we leveled it. We can also have that just, well, it would need to be over here in the rock field. So let's try to put it out here, just out in the wilderness. You know, it's not really near anything. You drive out if you work at the tram, Metro Depot. You need a depot. That's where the trains come from. There it is. Needs to be placed roadside. All right, that's good. Kind of near the tunnel, also near the road without causing, near the village without causing too much trouble. Actually, we can move that a lot close to the village. I want it to be a country road because this road doesn't do anything else. Can't be Anarchy because, well, that's just no good. Well, this road's, it's kind of snapping to the tracks, but it's also getting pretty fucking close to the tracks. I don't like that. So if you're the one that is a subway station mechanic, you drive out here in the middle of fucking nowhere. I'm not sure where to integrate this otherwise, because we do have to run the tram lines. Or sorry, not tram, the train lines. They're trains. The trams in the Harbor District. How the hell am I gonna, like, U-turn into this thing? Apparently that. Sure. Not super elegant, but that gets the subways back in. There was a traffic light sneaking in near the new Stenchberg roundabout. Switch it to emergency traffic light catching view. Well, well, well. Good memory. Definitely going to be a lot of road tweaks involved, but hopefully the hierarchy keeps this city afloat while we do that. Because it's always fun to just watch the cars go. So then we need a highway that goes like through Hamburger Heights into New Stenchburg. That's not ideal, if we're being honest with each other. But Hamburger Heights is a later development. I really don't want to do Hamburger Heights until we own the rest of the hill. Because that's really what Hamburger Heights is. Hamburger Heights is the hill. It's like a bit of an Australia-looking shape. A chicken nugget, if you will. And the New Stenchburg goes off in this direction quite a bit. So let's try this. And then again, there's a bunch of land here for New Stenchburg, so... I want the beginnings of this district, but this place might need a reimagining. And I've confirmed that because I don't even know why I fucking made this disaster of a road. Nothing's going to be allowed on this road. This curvy-ass collector. What the fuck was I thinking? New Stenchburg needs a cargo traffic connection, which we can squeeze in here now that the metro's out of the way. And this would be some of those like wacky little... What? Why can't you get out there? What are you doing? Like this. Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't like to make a clean connection. Because it looks like the train doesn't even want to refuse to go through there. I'm not positive the train will let you cut through there. There we go. Thank you, Move It Tool. You've done it again. And then we run this over the highway, and then that's your cargo connection for Stenchburg, where you can just drive down into the harbor district and drop your shit off, I hope. Do not force ground. I fucking caught you. Caught you trying that shit again. The city's come a long way since the old Stenchburg, like the first 5 parts. Part 20, I've also installed a shitload of mods since then. It has been a couple of years, but the city's looking pretty sharp. I really hope it's not a fucking unmitigated disaster once we begin simulating. So this is over 3, 4. This is a slope over 5 meters. Start. It's not a slope over 5 units. What the fuck was giving me that measurement? Okay, this is a slope over 9. We'll just do the full 10. We'll just do the full 10. Make sure we get a nice clean grade. Freeform this kit up. It's a bit of a jerk when you come onto the bridge, and I don't like that. Straighten up. Now this is maybe a little too aggressive. Tell you what we'll do though, we'll get our friend, the road tool. Problem solved. Apparently that's good enough. Tell you what, this is not... We should not be planning around this fucking spaghetti garbage that I slapped down. Alright. But we do want to get over there on the Stenchburg train. Yep, that's plenty high. And then we don't want too much traffic. We can have some underpasses. Maybe that might be neat. Well, that's not true. Well, sorry, it is neat, but we already have an underpass here. It's not an underground underpass, though. Just a trench we gave it. I need to step away in a moment for a drink, though, before we finish this. And then, again, I kind of want to run the train station at like central Stenchburg so people are inclined to drop it off here rather than go to the highway. So even this train station's fucking temporary. We really need 42,000 people. This is a very critical tile. There's that, but for now we'll just put it here and we won't even bother to go south because we're going to have to gut New Stenchburg in a moment anyways. So then... Again, remember, the fun of the cargo terminal is it has train tracks attached to it, and it needs a fucking road, so it's just a goddamn nightmare to slap it down in the middle of an existing network. It would be on a local, because we don't want to clog up a collector with this shit. A little close to the bridge, a little closer than I'd like it to be, but... Here's a trick. You just move the whole fucking thing. A little weird that it wasn't flat. Hopefully that was just the move it tool not playing nice, and it wasn't. There's just some weird elevation here. Well, fuck. Almost 180 degrees, so that's a pretty straight entrance. So your cargo gets loaded and off you go. Through here. Maybe you'll see the Rockfield Express on your way, but I mean, you're a cargo train conductor, you don't give a shit about the view. Take it by the Rockfield Power Plant, and then you're off into the statewide network. Or if you're going this way, actually, we do cut through Rockfield if you're going this way, so you can kind of see the village. Maybe drop off some cargo in Woodgrove, or pick up another load. And then you're off on your way. So we have our triumvirate of cargo stations back. But now we need actually Stenchburg to exist. And, you know, I'm not sure... Let's go with just very grid heavy. Which is exactly what we did with the Farthington Industrial Park, didn't we? do is we'll make it a straight highway for now. Not the most ideal turn, but this is all temp shit. We just need a little industrial capacity while we build. This doesn't look straight. This is actually kind of gross because this is actually going to spill over into Hamburger Heights, now that I think about it. This is no good. This train station's too far from the collector now. But I suppose we can get greasy with one-ways. So basically, first of all, this is gross. Let's curve this. That's maybe a little too much, but too late. Then you'd probably want them not blocking this highway either, so we'd want to ramp. Ugh. It's temp. Let's not get too attached to it.
Welcome to the classics. Classical music for classy people. And that's not classist, that's classicist. Look it up.
Not straight. Yeah, what a fucking mess. That's how you get out of Stenchburg. If you want to go this way. Which, I mean, you probably do because you want to get back to this roundabout and be on your way. Fucking gross. But if you want to get off, that's way easier. Just welcome to the city. Well, no, let's not do that. Let's do this. Why did I do that? We could just make this a two-laner. One lane, one direction. Pretty fucking gross, but we get a little industrial capacity here, enough to unpause the game. Hopefully this, plus all our office space, plus the Harbor District gets us to 42,000, and then we'll get this tile, and then next time, the true New Stenchburg and the true Hamburger Heights can be born. Well, what am I doing? The country, this shouldn't be zoned. That's why it's all fucky. Way. There, look at all those tiles we reclaimed. Yeah, it's a real shitty industrial layout. It's gonna cause a bunch of problems. But it's like, look, New Stenchburg is supposed to be this whole lowland area, and look at how much of it's blocked off. Almost half of it. I'd argue more than half of it based on this, because we can't really access any of this shit. The cool thing is New Stenchburg might actually meet up with Wood Grove eventually if we can get a nice overpass or interchange or something there, and that would be neat. So if you could live in Rockfield Crossing, but you could work in like the outskirts of Stenchburg. This needs to be a one-way road though, because we know that you don't want traffic in your way to the train station, which ironically we do allow at the Harbor District because I'm a fucking hypocrite. On the upside, if you're taking your cargo onto the highway, it's a straight shot as soon as I do this. And they just need some water. Again, gross, because we don't want to get too attached to this place. A little triangle, perfect. Bisect it, not perfectly, love it. And then just connect to this weird pipe we found underground from the ancient Romans. It's probably clean drinking water. All right, now we need the subway connection. And we got to get some very crude bus networks and a tram line. That's not super long. We can get that out of the way before we stop today, but I am going to step away for that drink, and then we'll come back and do the public transport. Again, we can't unpause with the cinematic view, so we'll just go with the kind of fancy view. There we go. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, we have some public trains that we got to get laid out, which is really just... we probably want some... Riverside needs a line on the subway. Let's start with the subway, because that's the least intrusive. I want a modern one. Well, not like a turn-of-the-century Parisian one in Riverside. The slope is too steep. Please don't do this to me. Because I bet you I can just place one of these. Nope, really. What about a classic metro station? Nope, these are also all too steep. This is not... How's this fucking possible? That's on a fucking river. It's like, yeah, this will fit here, no problem, homie. Fucking gonna slide one in. Slope too steep? What the fuck are you talking about? Taxi stand out, by the way. There we go. It's actually really fucking close. But I suppose you could get on the train somewhere else and then ride it all the way to the Riverside. No, it needs to be over here. It needs to be over here so people in Delta states are willing to walk to the subway station. But it can't be in Delta states because then no one from Riverside will walk over. Okay, there we go. This will work. So we're by the Expo Center. Metro station right on the side of the river. It's impossible, but we're doing it anyways. I'm snapping onto some shit I really don't want to be snapping onto here. And then we should probably try to make this filled with fucking what? What am I snapping onto then? That's what it is, this fucking thing, isn't it? It was set to force ground. I fucking knew it. That goddamn tool's gonna be the death of me. Go. And that gets us there. And then this needs to get us over to Rockfield. We also probably should try to put some subway stations here in the city, which is maybe a little weird. Which one should we have? This one's sort of covered, but the I feel we wouldn't have like an ancient, ancient 1900 subway station. I feel our subway would be rather new. So let's go with these more recent ones. So you've got a connection here, you can go here. I would love one by Federal Square, actually. And then we're going to have a trashy temp one out in Stenchburg. So this part's going to have to be reimagined. The Harbor District would maybe have one as well. Yeah, let's give the Harbor District one. You know, I want it to be down here in like this part, but I think we have to come up here. Well, no, we have to come down. Uh-oh. Are we doing some of this slope too steep shit again? Bring the corpses by the metro. What could go wrong? Is that where I put it? Oh, it's not right next to it, but it's not the best spot. Metro, actually, you know, these people, they need, well, the tram is here, so the tram can take them to, the tram doesn't go to a fucking metro station. But wait. Here, let me in. This works.
You're listening to the classics.
How the fuck am I going to turn this around now?
From one of our listeners, Todd H. Why did Johann Sebastian Bach throw out his harpsichord? Because it was Baroque. Todd, a noble effort, but
Not a
J.S.
good
Bond loved
turn,
his
but it
harpsichord,
does get you
would
to the
never have
harbor.
thrown it out, as it would have almost certainly been dismantled and
Which is
used as
tram access. You can get
firewood
off the
by
tram right here and then
countless
catch the subway
peasant
wherever
wives.
you need to go.
Anywho, you're listening to the classics, where if it is Baroque, then don't fix it.
Okay. And then we'll see if we can get you to curve into the hub here. Yes. So there's a loop there. Riverside's a dead end, Stenchburg's a dead end, and Rockfield's going to be a dead end. There's a Rockfield line which connects to Federal Square, and then Federal Square will also send you up to Stenchburg. Oh? Station might actually be a little too happening. So yeah, Rockfield, Federal Square. So it's actually a lot of the lines meet up in Federal Square, which I want Stenchburg to actually meet up at the hub and not Town Hall. Yes, we'll have it peel off out of here. Well, actually, we'll have it peel off from the Riverside side, so there's a little less shit in the way. That's fucking fugly. I don't really know what subways look like. Let's get some lines going. Do you already have a subway line? No, that's weird. Create a new line, and you just ride that all the way to the hub. And then back you go, because it's an express. Rockfield Express, select types. I think it's the Metro. We'll go 1, 2, 3 this time, which might actually be too many. I think the problem is Metro trains aren't allowed to crisscross down there. Designate separate local and express lines for best results. We might need to actually upgrade some of these to 4-trackers down there. With the lines we have, I don't think 2 is good. This is the Stenchburg Express. This is a temp line, remember, so whatever. But we will make it its own color. The Stenchburg Express will be yellow. The Stench Press. Ugh. And then the rest of the city is serviced by a single line, which is, it goes Riverside to the hub, and then Federal Square to the Harbor District, and then back to Riverside. Or it could stop in the hub again, actually. Hub. Federal Square. Harbor. Hub. Then she turns around down there because she's on the other side. Tinkenheim loop. I think we'd actually want it looping the other way as well for maximum coverage, but we're very tight on space, so no. The Tinkenheim loop is red. So there's probably going to be some underground traffic jams. Let's get a tram line set up now. So you emerge from the depot here. I guess I suppose that part of the story doesn't matter. But there's nowhere else to get on in the Harbor District, so you get on here. And then we'll give you a stop here as well. And then you definitely stop by the subway station. And then you stop here to grab some people. Stop by the school. Then you stop over by... And then it's a loop, so we just start to go where we were. Harbor tram. And for vehicle type, we want the KM tram. We want a bunch of these because this is a big fucking line. I'm going to say 6. I want to say 11 stops. I'm going to say 7. 7. And then we make this red so we have a nice, I don't know, whenever I see old-timey streetcar, I imagine they're red. Maybe it's from Mr. Rogers, but... So there's a tram line. And then we need some buses to get you around. We also need a bus depot. Another thing we'll do, because I'm not actually sure if I can have a bus. No, it looks like I can get a bus to go inside this. I was worried I couldn't get a bus to go inside. I want a bus stop. So I suppose we'd want a bus for each little subzone, and then an express to take you from that subzone to the hub. So like we'd have one that drives around Riverside and gets you to the subway station, and then we have one that goes from like the subway station to the hub, which makes no fucking sense. You would just take the train to the hub, so that's a terrible example. I suppose we want to go through Delta instead. Or, you know, we can have one that drives around Puyallup and then drops you off at the hub. Let's do that, actually. Gotta stop here. Makes most of those people happy. We'll have them here. Call that Puyallup. I don't even know. These aren't the actual directions, but we'll go Puyallup west and east for the way it goes. Puyallup westbound, and your vehicle type would be passenger capacity 30. What a fucking joke. The streetcars hold a lot more. That's the streetcars thing. But then, of course, you can also just mod in a bus that holds a lot, because I feel a bus can hold more than 30 people. Just go with some biofuel buses for these lines. I'm going to say... it's kind of short. I'm going to say 3 each way. Alright, then I want another line going the exact opposite way. This one actually is going to stop over here. Scoop some people up. So it had a little bonus stop. They should be able to walk, I think. The distance they'll be allowed to walk is acceptable, so they'll walk. Alright, let's Puyallup eastbound. This one will be a greenish, we'll say. So you can catch a bus from the suburb into the metro. And then, I mean, Riverside really shouldn't have one. Really should just try to get everybody to the subway station. So that's actually what we'll do. Wow, that's a real fuck of a walk, isn't it? I forgot about that. Never mind. This is one that takes you from Delta States to the hub. First you come up here, like to maybe do some shopping, but then we get you inside the city. Good. It's a dead end in here, so we really can't pick up the people on the inside. Okay, and then that is it. You're on your way back to the hub. Delta westbound, again, probably not what you would call this. This will be a sort of orange. We're going to make... This is not going to be nearly as busy of a bus, because they should be willing to walk to the subway station. So for select types, I'm going to go with the community bus. Just add 2. Another new line. Which we... You know what? No, it would just be the one. It would just be the one for Delta. That doesn't need to be a loop. Just fucking wait your turn. That's line 7, loop that one. It was just called the Delta line. Alright, so we can get you from Puyallup to the hub, we can get you from Delta to the hub. I feel Riverside just need one. The Riverside can have a community bus that just gets you to that subway station. So can I really drive around Delta or Riverside easily? I really can't. Fuck that. You can walk. And then, yeah, let's get one that gets you around Harbor to the hub. It's an alley, so I can't get down there. Sake. What's this? Well, the tram stops right there, so you can just walk over. Well, hang on, we'll do this. Stop right there. So to go over here. We can have a pedestrian walkway here so you can walk up to the harbor and catch a bus. And then, yeah, then you're back in Harbor West. Make that a white. This would be black. And this isn't actually the full line. It should be going down to the waterfront. So now we need to get you to the subway station, Federal Square, which we also have to scoop people up out of this, which maybe should be its own bus. I think it would be. This one wouldn't take you to the hub. This would take you to the tram. And then you get on the tram. You get off here, I guess.
You're listening to the classics, the home of music that looks as good on paper as it sounds when played through an oboe.
So there. And then get off at the school. That's probably a good idea. I don't even know what to call this line. Any street names I can go off? Max? We'll call this the Butler. Butler westbound, because these westbounds make no sense, but whatever. And you'll be a purplish. Butler East. Eastbound. I didn't specify any vehicles on some of these lines, I just realized. But we're mostly just establishing the lines so you can get around here. The super block. I'm going to say the super block wouldn't have any public transportation, which is maybe against the principle of it, but the bus won't go through. We can add a line later. Probably should have added a... I mean, I feel maybe you should have had a subway line, but it's so close. You can just walk to the subway station. So this place needs a bus. And then you could walk from Federal Square over to the black and white line if you really wanted to. And then this also keeps the buses off the collector, which is probably good. Because you use the subway to get between the sub-neighborhoods. Stop over at the cemetery, maybe? And there's also high school here, so that's a strong stop. Tram line over here you can connect to. And then that's where we loop around as well, so... Which... There's no... There we go. We come this way. Couldn't figure out how to make this loop around nicely. Alright, the police station, in case you gotta go check in with your parole officer. Call this one Central A. And going the other way is Central B. paler green. Now, why would you go that way? Why would you do that? That doesn't help me. Very interesting choices to get around, but I guess it's just the fact that he gets there. It doesn't matter how he does it. Well, now you're just driving dumb on purpose here. I don't like that. I don't think the Central B is going to be a very popular bus. Get some burnt rust. And then, yeah, maybe these guys just don't get bus service. They get to drive or take the tram. And in Stenchburg, they really should just take the subway. I don't really want an express bus, because also we need an express bus to go from each neighborhood to New Stenchburg, so I think that's fine. So we got the framework of public transport. I think it's time. I think I want to unpause and let it simulate a little bit before we head out. Let's do a save, not that it matters, but we're on our 19th save. Which is funny because we're only on our 15th stream of Stinkenheim. We've done a couple emergency saves, I guess. Alright, here we go. Moment of truth. Check our city vitals. We didn't deal with garbage, did we? We have the transfer facility, but we don't have the processing facility in Stenchburg. This thing is fucking gargantuan, apparently. Holy shit. Well, here's what we do there. There. Really get that industrial feel when you come in down the train line. Okay, this is still all... Yep, okay. We're hemorrhaging people, we're hemorrhaging money, but we'll see. We come to buildings. I see people leveling up. We can probably just follow some of our streetcars while we wait. Look at this little rascal. Doo-doo-doo. Nobody waiting there just yet. Oh, fuck, I meant to put it on this view. I think that's a cram school or a very ugly Soviet apartment block. Ah, we didn't set the theme, Justin. Old Stinkenheim themes. Enable theme manager. Paris. Modern city center, probably not. Let's go French and Belgium. This theme won't work like expected because I think it's fine. Paris, France and Belgium, European suburbia, and modern city center for commercial. Almost forgot about that one. Where'd that streetcar go? Oh, there's some unbunching going on because I put too many on the line, but it's a big line. So they'll eventually unbunch. Nobody's riding these fucking things, obviously. Can't blame them. City's just getting started. And Stinkenheim itself is fucking abandoned. There's the post office. Ah, there's some buses. Some of the buses where I didn't specify the vehicle, it just spits out random vehicles. So some of these city bus lines will actually be the school bus. Is this the bus to Rockfield? Sure is. Schoolfield, Rockfield Rock. School bus. Some unbunching. It's going to take a while. 7 vehicles, but... And you've got one of the connecting buses behind you there. Ah, I see what's going on. There's no bus depot, so all these buses are being dispensed out of Farthington and Rockfield. That's why we're seeing a lot of conflicting bus lines everywhere. There's another streetcar. It's another bus. A lot of open land. I don't see any traffic jams yet, but it'll probably be a while before we see traffic jams, so. And then again, he's waiting because one of my mods tries to space vehicles evenly, which the streetcar behind me doesn't seem to give a fuck about that fact, but... Back onto the collector, where we're not in anybody's way. Did we put down a postal sorting center? We didn't, because Stenchburg turned out to be so fucking gross. It's kind of neat to see the lights in the distance there. There's the old high school. Well, it's a new high school. Careful there, scrape up that bus's paint job a bit, my bad. There's the train! Ah, that means the cargo train's working. Man's out walking his dog. Dog's making really good time, actually. Holy shit. Oh! Just went to go hide inside that building, because apparently I found a superhero. They're on to us, Poochie. He's really trying to unbunch himself. What's happening with my demands? Well, a smart person would know, but I'm just watching the vehicles. Because presumably enough land is zoned that the town will just fill itself in while we sort of just play creeper here, follow buildings around, or sorry, vehicles, moving buildings. And then some of those bus stops, if they get too happening, we learned from Rockfield we can give them a bus-only lane so people will drive around. This is a long streetcar ride. I wonder if maybe I should have had a streetcar go in the other direction. I think I should have. I think I should have had, like, instead of 7 going one way, I should have 4 going each way. So my RCI I'm not sure about, but I'm a little concerned about that tree we just ran over. Sorry, our water. This is a very fucking long tram ride. There's the tennis court, so he's back on Harbor Way now. Some buildings have come in. Look at that. I see some massive buildings starting to come in. Holy fuck. Hey, there's the metro station. Turn's a little sharp and there's not really anything else down. I'm tempted to use the tool on that, the network tool. Look at that skyline. Not quite there, but it looks nice at nighttime. Once everything gets filled out a little more, that'll be a pretty sharp part of the city here. Speed things up a bit because he's unbunching. There we go. There's all the buses going to the hub. And then I saw a like advisor tooltip right when we unpause. I'm a little concerned that thing's not bringing tourists, but that might have just been giving me a heads up.
Old music.
But it is functioning. Ooh, look at all these people that want to take the streetcar. They're not getting on though, which is weird. Or is this also a bus stop? No, that is the tram stop. Everything okay here, people? He's unemployed and he's going to the mega shopping center over in I see some bottomed out problems here. Uh-oh. Maybe I should have checked my fucking demand. Well, let's bring the sun up. What's the problem here, folks? City vitals. Crematorium can't handle it. Cemetery's starting to fill up. Everything's... What the fuck is the problem then, homies? We're still bleeding people. There's a flood in my city. Is it the water pump? Oh, it's just this fucking thing. This one decorative dock floods, and I don't feel like dealing with it right now. It's building underwater. It's a fucking dock. Garbage problems. That doesn't seem right. Crime rate is high. That doesn't seem right. My fault for following a streetcar all night long, but yeah, look at this. Jail capacity. There's a bunch of open space. There's literally a police station. How is the crime rate high? Also, I'm sorry, crime rate is high at the garbage factory? Some meth heads are taking all the empty bottles again. Oh yeah, look at all that. So you're a collector truck, and he gets all the garbage, and then these guys take that to the main one in Stenchburg. Crime rate is high. What a load of shit. Hey, let's watch people go through the roundabout that I built. Look at that. Look at them go. Oh, they're not going through the way I want them to. What are we doing here, fellas? What the fuck is that? That's not how we go through. You go here. You go here. I see a left turn there. How fucking dare you? It's not a huge problem for such low traffic flow. They're not causing problems. They're just, weird. And then, yeah, you're allowed to go both ways. Oops. If you're stuck in that lane, you're allowed to turn. You're also allowed to get out. You're allowed to come in. And then you're also allowed to get out if you're stuck. I think some of these medians might need to be repainted. You go here, you go here. I see a turn there. God damn. Now's my chance to turn left. You know goddamn well what you did and why I'm mad about it. See, it's weird that our demand bottomed out is my one concern. There we go. And then people are using the sidewalk, but we have crosswalks off so they can't get in the way of traffic. Starting to fill in. Maybe it's just bottoming out because it's getting built as soon as people want it. This is... Stenchburg's a little happening. What is this? Not enough workers, so there's high demand but not enough people. Probably because they're moving out from the mass bulldozing. I'm seeing... This is concerning. There's a lot of traffic right at the intersection here. This is very concerning, this one here. This hospital might need to get moved in a little bit. Population's going up. We might have finally stabilized after all the people that got evicted. And look at this. What is this fucking thing? It's a level 5 high-density commercial building. It's a shopping mall. Yeah, hopefully it just takes a while to normalize. We have $5 million for our budget to balance. I'm very concerned about this. Oh, no. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. This is fine. This is fine. Crowley Circle can handle it. Crowley's old hand at this traffic shit. Roundabouts. I see yielding. You are allowed to block the junction, fellas. There we go. There we go. Same here. You're allowed to block the junction, too. You're never in anybody's way, so you're always allowed to block the junction in this roundabout. That's just how we do things in Southpaw Circle. Who the fuck said you could turn that way? Oh, whoa, 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 what is this? Sweet jump! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa! Well, a wizard built this. Fun fact. Population's going up. Minus 24,000 a week is fucking a lot to lose each week. I'm sure a lot of... Whoa! Fucking this hub is working out great. Look at this. Wow. This is wonderful news. Look at this. And then we also want a parking garage here if people drive to the hub. Good thinking, my brain. Will it fit? It should. It does. So maybe you're going on a trip and you would drive here and put your car in long-term parking, and then you would take a Greyhound out of the city. That doesn't make any fucking sense. Well, sometimes it does. Sometimes you don't want to drive in the big city, so you might take a bus into another big city. It's someone else's problem. I don't want parking here. They can park elsewhere in the Harbor District. Very glad to see everyone using the hub, though. Look at these people waiting for their buses. Incredible. That is really nice. And then they leave right here. I'm glad I made that road the right size. And then I think I was supposed to zoom in and pick a lane when I built these lines, but I didn't. But for now, big trouble at the campus, by the way. Only 65 people attend. We have no university, technically. Because the campus is open, but it doesn't do anything. Let's check our budget. Apparently I pay $7,000 for my roads. The garbage is $8,000. $7,000. The metro costs $7,000. No, sorry, that's the trains. Interesting. Huh. I pay a lot of money for everything. What is this? The unique buildings cost money. Oh no. Let's turn that off. I can't gut it, really. So we make $26,000 from residential taxes. I bring in 52, but I pay 77. The difference is 25. That makes sense. Fire department, garbage is having trouble actually, so I really don't want to slash garbage. If I slash road, I think you go slower, but try to take a little edge off of our money problems here. It's great to see all this public transportation in use, but wow, look at all these people. There you, ooh, and some of the super blocks are forming with modern city center, but it still looks nice. We'd want to redo these with the Paris buildings. Really, most of the city needs to be redone because it's just got like nonsense well, not ploppables. We'll be placing ploppables. Nonsense buildings that don't quite line up. But yeah, garbage is piling up. Maybe the waste transfer facility isn't enough. Let's see what this place is up to. It processes 17,000 a week. Is that enough? Garbage processing status is in the green. Landfill usage is... Do I have a landfill hiding somewhere? That might be including reserves. Like, what is... The garbage is piling up. It just fucking walk down the street with it then. My god. I think it's a throughput problem where we can process it. We just can't get it in time. So let's put a recycling center. This costs too much. We do have some cost issues. I'm gonna put a recycling center out here by the harbor. as a little stopgap, and an incinerator in Stenchburg to get some more trucks on the road. And actually, nothing's growing in Stenchburg. The office demand was enough in the harbor. Definitely not the theme that I wanted to happen in Stinkenheim, but she's filling up, and it's mostly public transportation and cargo, which is great. People are loving our public transport system. There's the school bus, just like I fucking said. Well, 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 if it isn't the Central B, it's a school bus. Lots of buses out and about. Our money's slowly getting pissed away, but I think we'll... I hope we break even. The garbage factory is pretty fucking expensive. Don't you turn around. They are. They think that... Oh, no! Farthington lost its... Oops, water access. That's why people dicked off. Darn. Oh, I didn't see Farthington fucking implode. That's what happens when your city's so sprawling. What was I talking about before that fucking disaster? I forget. Oh, this roundabout is set up wrong. Because people are doing U-turns in, or maybe not. I feel these rules aren't set right. Let's purge it, which won't really be a silver bullet, but I just like to say that whenever I have roundabout trouble. As long as I say it's not a silver bullet, then I don't look like a fucking moron. We gotta get up to 20k to break even? Okay. I mean, we can make it. Once Farthington fixes itself, Farthington and Rockfield is about 15,000 people. There's a lot of traffic that comes through here, though. Where are the articulated buses? Oh, it's the buses for the city have to be redispatched. Yeah, I feel that, that intersection's got too much going. Like, this is the bottleneck for the whole city now. It's a rather small roundabout. We can alleviate some of the traffic here by making it so that if you want into Stenchburg, you take this road. This is really gross, but of course, gross is the name of the game with the Stenchburg temporary version. And then don't you fucking dare try to turn left here, you little shits. Roundabout's already a fucking mess. Maybe, I don't think this will work, but maybe... we do this, and then when we're here, we do that. The downside is when you come in, you can't really leave. So you're allowed to merge up or down. We'll try that. A little crisscross the tippy top. But if you're on this if you're on the outermost ring, that's your fucking fault. Yeah. You take the inner turn if you're turning next. Otherwise, you want the middle lane. Try that. So what am I looking at? We're looking at it this way. There's some merging, which they might get in each other's way once there's too much traffic load here. So this is a huge problem, even when we do redesign Stenchburg. It's already starting to slow down. I only let them merge one lane at a time, so it's not too bad, but they do fuck with each other. And I don't know what this is. Why are you waiting? Just get in there, dude. Hey, Val. This is getting real bad. I don't know why these guys are fucking hesitating. We'll just have to say, block it. Just get in there.
You're listening to the classics, and I've just got some mail from one of our listeners, Todd H. Why did Johann Sebastian Bach throw out his harpsichord? Because it was Baroque. Todd, a noble effort, but J.S. Bach loved his harpsichord and would never have thrown it out.
Yeah, it looks like they're U-turning. I mean, we could just add...
And used as firewood by the
like, most of these people just need to go... Oh, no, they're...
Anywho, you're listening to the classics, where if it is Baroque...
This is going to back up in a real hurry, and I think because I fucked it, we're going to nuke it for a bit. It sucks, because every time I nuke traffic, we have to redispatch the buses. We're down to minus 14,000, but we're up to 13,000 people. Rockfield is going strong. Look at those metros. Is Farthington recovering? It's trying. There's way too many fucking people use this. The excess traffic is in U-turn trying to get to Farthington. Farthington's all the way over here, though. Look at that, he's going through the ditch. Beautiful. It's not a very full load. That's how we'll know our trains are really good, is once these are full loads coming in. And then our commercial goods warehouse doesn't have a lot of shit in it. Really got to keep an eye on this fucking thing though. Here's what we'll do. Here's a plan. Stay where you are. But the middle guy's allowed to just keep going. But then, we'll try to make this innermost ring super fast, so they prefer to merge into it and get to the next chunk. I hope. I might be wrong. I might be thinking it. I might not be thinking it through right. So we have the same merging problem. Here. Okay, and then for speed, you're allowed to go 100, but you're actually allowed to go a death-defying 140 on the innermost. I mean, it maybe fixed it, or maybe I'm just waiting for it to fill up. Oh good, some retards merging when they shouldn't. I think this should just be 2 lanes, like this one. The third lane doesn't do anything. They just get in each other's way trying to get into it. Alright, yeah, we're gonna try it again because they won't merge responsibly. Probably widen the nodes. What are these nodes at? So it's a very generous 24. This is bad though. This sort of traffic hiccup means we're not in good shape. But that's really because we have this interesting hierarchy, but then eventually it all gets dumped into this like mediocre roundabout right next to our factories. And that's probably the core of all our issues. Who's complaining about sewage? The streets are flooding with sewage. The smell is just overwhelming. Well, I mean, did you not see the fucking sign when you moved into town? We don't have sewage trouble. Who's being a fucking baby? I want to know who it is. Is it one of these cocksuckers? Is it this one guy? There's like a hole here. There's one yeah, there's sewage is everywhere. Did you purposely flush the toilet on the east side of the factory? Yes. Well, the sign says not to. Yes. There's not even anything there. It's not him. So yeah, if you're taking the next turn, stay on the inside. But if you're not taking the next turn, you want the red. Because then you're allowed to turn at your leisure. And nobody's allowed to keep going on the inner ring, so this should work out. And then also in these ones, stay where you fucking are. That lets us go with the higher speed, and we are going to do that. We're going to make it like 120 on the inner ring. Okay, and then even though this is probably not good enough, we can set it in stone with some lane marking. Solid, by the way. Perfect, and then these guys don't actually do anything. I want you gone. Now we should be actually able to copy these rules. Dashed. Dashed. Okay. Whoops. These actually should be doubled. I think that'll look really nice. Double solid to match the other median. Double solid. Watch it first? No, that's what a smart person would do. That's what a smart person would do. So, then we'll copy it though, because you said we should copy it. Paste it. Oops. Rotate it around a little bit, maybe? There we go. Okay. Interesting. And you're red. You're blue? Yep. Interesting paste. It lets you attach, so maybe we would be able to save markings when we normally wouldn't be able to. Nice. That didn't take too long. It might be a disaster, but... And it is. It's a disaster instantly. Because they won't use the third lane, though, if I make it a 3-lane roundabout. Like these fucking clowns. You never see them in the third lane. Well, we're a little bit better off than we were, but we're still in trouble traffic-wise. I mean, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It looks like this can't handle super heavy traffic. City is starting to fill in. Looks really ugly because we have a very hodgepodge of themes. You know, you have a modern city center boutique next to a European turn-of-the-century brick building. But if we get these to the same buildings, it'll look really nice. This roundabout's doing okay. It's just, I'm very impressed with all the people. So that at least means our public transport's in a decent spot. It'll even tell us how many 100% of car trips were saved. This is an indicator of how well the line performs at making car owners. So if they live near this bus stop, they would rather take the bus than drive. That's good. Population is really bad because remember we built Farthington at 30,000. Is that train going backwards? Neat. It can, but I guess it does. It has to back out of the harbor, doesn't it? Let's see if it stops at. It is. It's hauling all this shit out to Rockfield. Cool. And then it grabs a bunch of stuff and it's off to Las Vegas. See ya, fella. Oh, who's this? He's delivering some stuff. See how much he drops off here and how much he takes into the city. None. Okay, apparently Woodgrove grabs a lot of shit. What's that, Justin? The bus station has a metro too. Yes, this is it's a bus terminal and a subway terminal, but what we did is we have our city buses using it as a stop. So see, this is a completely full bus. And it's on the Harbor Line district. So let's see if Justin's right. Let's follow this, and if I'm right, workers will get off the bus, and if Justin's right, it'll be workers. But yeah, we did go with the tourist hub just so we can get tourists into the city without them clogging up the roundabouts. There's some people. Dog. Unemployed. Perfect. Yep, these are actual people. So if you're coming to visit my city, you'll catch a Greyhound in, and then you'll transfer to a local bus, or you'll take the subway somewhere. And they fucking love it. Actually, there's still quite a few people walking around. Which is weird that I see so many people on the bridge, because they could just keep going. They could transfer and take the train
Welcome
here
to the
into
classic.
Riverside.
Classical music for classy people. And that's not classist, that's classicist.
That's classicist.
Look
It up. Definitely my first time hearing that. There's another train. Who do we... Ooh, this is a big load. 100% full. They're not filling up the warehouse. But that's keeping them off the roundabout. So this is everybody inside the city that wants... Well, hello, what is this? You need water? Yep. All of City Hall is without water. You did see a little spot without water. Let's save some money, actually. Cost $500 a week. This costs $100 a week. Let's check our budgeting. If our unique buildings are troublemakers, we'll just turn them off. There's $4,000 to be gained until we're rich with tax money. My unique buildings. Well, that's not unique. That's just a park. The expo center and the mall and the theater would also cost. Whoa, yep. Fuck it. Thanks for the money, sucker. Thanks for the money, sucker. Thanks for the money, sucker. Riverside costs a fucking boatload to keep running. And that's tourism. Fuck them. Fucking tourists were a big problem. Hello, Mr. Thompson. There we go. Positive money. We've done it. We're well on our way to saving the city. Let's check Nightmare Circle. Always on the line. A third lane won't save us here, though, is the problem. This is such an important part of the city. Maybe this should be a highway interchange. Maybe this should be a turbine. We'd lose this street. And we'd lose some of Stenchburg, which doesn't count because Stenchburg's a shithole. It's fucking gargantuan, though, but I feel a proper highway interchange might save us. For starters, we know that this isn't helping us. Cloverleaf is... I mean, a Cloverleaf would be an interesting stopgap. It's not too much bigger. Let's do that. Let's slam in a Cloverleaf. Yep, I don't know how to do a busy roundabout. I feel, and that's the point, I feel once a roundabout gets too busy, it should be a proper interchange. This is how you get it to Stenchburg, though. Probably keep that. I hope the bus doesn't go there, and if it does, I hope it sorts itself out. I hope it knows what to do. I'm gonna actually just try to place it with Anarchy and then fix it after the fact. Placed it wrong. We want the... Well, actually, that bridge has to get replaced no matter what, because this is a dopey 2-lane version of a highway. Here's what we can try, actually. God damn it, what a mess. What's this? Oh, this is a collector express system that's seen some lane shifts. A simple cloverleaf. You call this fucking simple, homie? Look at this thing. I don't even have room to test it. You call this simple? My city is not nearly large enough to require that. I really wish. It's because all highways in vanilla are separate roads. So none of these pre-made ones really work, because they're all trying to leverage the vanilla highways. When I have this sort of kind of cheater, just high capacity national road, basically. Diverging windmills, that's fucking an abomination. I've never seen a highway interchange. I know that these are real things, but I've never seen anything more complicated than a simple overpass, because I don't travel much. Especially not by car. And we can't just have them go through here, or that'll just move it all over to there. God, okay. Stop snapping onto shit. Stop it. I'm gonna put you right. Stop. I'm just rotating you a smidgen, and you have anarchy on. Why are you attaching to these things with anarchy? Careful. What am I gonna do? It's gonna fucking eat up a huge chunk of Stenchberg. It's also gonna be hilariously lopsided because we're just making it one highway. Oh yeah, by the way. Oops. This is a mess, but you gotta remember that Stenchberg's a shithole we're not gonna keep. There you go. Gross. Just try not to think about it. Just eyes down. Terrible idea, don't do that. Okay. Don't you fucking dare. I feel that there's some anarchy at play here still. Okay. And go there, and then just these offset ramps need to smarten up. Yeah, because that's definitely where it should fucking bend. What a mess. But on the upside, the nodes are there, so we just snap onto the nodes and then we can curve it with the movement tool. Cloverleaf this ain't. God damn it, it's a pain in the ass to get out of this fucking tool. Move it. You know, like this, you know, like my asymmetrical cloverleaf? What a fucking mess. I should just make my own cloverleaf at this point. Oh my god. I mean, better to have something that works than something pretty that doesn't work. Yeah, that's something else. It looks like a fucking irregular Lucky Charm. Alright, that is fucking disgusting, but it should be able to handle the traffic now. And it's about time to stop, so I hope it does, since we wasted a lot of time. They're fucking turning when they shouldn't because all the rules got blown out. Okay, you're allowed to turn. You're not allowed to turn. Oops. You are, and you're not. You are allowed to turn that way. Turn here. God damn it. You are absolutely not allowed to turn. You are not allowed to turn. You aren't. You're not allowed to turn that way. Okay. This is a little slow because it's the node's all dog shit on its angle. Some weird yielding, but I think that's because they had to update their route. Alright, it's fixed. This cloverleaf's a fucking abomination. I should really learn how to make my own traffic intersections.
You're listening to the classics, the home of music that looks as good on paper as it
But we
sounds
fixed
when
it.
played through a note.
New Stinkenheim has been laid out. It's growing. Public transportation's in amazing shape. The city's still a bit of a money pit. Hopefully we can get that sorted out. Well, I mean, like Sul said, we need a tax base of more than 18,000 people to sustain our city, basically, but our city's laid out to accommodate more than 18,000 people. So once we get up to like 30, 40,000 people, we should be back in the green. Traffic shouldn't be a problem. So I think it's about time to wrap up. We can actually finally do the cinematic camera again. Look at this. This just needs to be a cloverleaf. I just need to make one that doesn't look like ass. And I guess this is kind of an important intersection, so I guess this one is allowed to be a cloverleaf. Yeah, once we get these corners cleaned up, I think we'll be fine. So really it's just one highway goes over the other with a bunch of on-ramps, so I think I can freestyle that so it doesn't look as stupid next time. There's the train's in the train ditch again. Alright, well, let's wrap it up here. Let's switch over to the fancy view. Oh, hello, other train. Oh, that just despawned it, actually. That might be a problem. A problem for next time. Oh, speaking of, another 100 people went to the university this year. Just great. I don't even want to see how many people go to our schools right now. We might have some literacy issues in our city. It's time to call it a night. So basically, during the long weekend, I was able to leverage the rebuilding of Stinkenheim. Ooh, there's the hub. That hub is a very happening place. That's probably... I really like the roundabout. The subway system's okay, but apparently that metro hub is the real crowning achievement of Stinkenheim right now. Good public transport network, that means less cars on the road. Like, look at how empty these roads are. But I guess this is also a thing I mentioned a long time ago, is that if your city has enough roads, just like miles of pavement, that gives the cars somewhere to go in the traffic simulation. So our city is kind of big right now, so once they get off the highway, the cars do get really spread out, because we can only simulate, I think, 16,000 cars or something, so... It actually might just be 16,000 tasks, so with so many people walking everywhere, that just means less cars on the road. But we're going to try to clean up that cloverleaf. Well, sorry, no. We're probably going to leave that shitty cloverleaf until we manage to purchase the rest of the land for New Stenchburg, and then we'll clean up that cloverleaf. So we're really banking on the fact that Farthington getting repopulated and Stinkenheim filling out gets us to 42,000 people, which it should. Like, there's enough tiles and zones for it. We just have to wait and watch out for problems that form. So thanks for coming out to watch, and hopefully next time we can continue to claw our way back to where we were. Remember, we were at 30,000 when this really all fell apart on us. So the road to 42,000 begins. I hope to see you next time. Thanks for watching.